Welcome to Top of the Hill Fitness. This is a 10-minute stretching sequence. This is great for post-run, post-walk, post-workout. Get those legs nice and limber. It's going to be a little bit comical because I'm a middle-aged man who is very inflexible at the best of times, and I don't stretch as often as I should, but I do try to do this little sequence anytime I do any sort of exertion or workout. So I'm going to start with the sunflower stretch. Okay, begin. So arms overhead, and as you bend off to the side, down around the front, maintain that nice circle with the arms. And in doing so, you'll get a nice side body stretch. Okay, in 5 seconds, we're going to transfer to a hamstring stretch. So feet about double shoulder or hip width apart, and bend forward and roll the back down, and then reach over to your right ankle. I'm grabbing my right shin. Okay, I'm going to switch to the other side in 3 seconds. Okay, slide over to the other side, grab hold of that left ankle or left shin. You can pull your upper body towards your lower leg a little bit, nice and gently. Okay, we're going to shift to a lunge with the left foot forward and the right knee down on the ground. Okay, so lunge position. Get that left foot forward. Make sure your knee doesn't go too far over your foot. Ideally, you want it above your ankle. And put your hands on your left knee and stand up and keep the chest up nice and high. And you feel that through the hip flexor. And if you want to raise that right arm straight up, like you're drawing a string up from the ground, and then you lean over to your left a little bit. Okay, from here, we're just going to sit back. We're going to leave that left leg forward and sit back into a hamstring stretch on the left-hand side. And as I exhale, I like to round my back and tuck my chin into my chest. And as I inhale, raise the chest up and look forward. Okay, now let's do a low lunge with the knee off the ground. So again, left foot forward, raise that right knee up off the ground, push that right heel back, try like a nice straight line with that right leg. If you want to raise up to put your hands on your knee again and get that chest up nice and high, go ahead and do so. Okay, so let's switch over to do those 3 stretches on the other side. Right leg forward, knee over top of the ankle, left knee down on the mat, and then chest up high looking forward. Now, if you want to take that left arm and draw it up in the air as if you're pulling a string up from the ground, and then lean over to the right side with your bicep next to your ear. Okay, leaving that right foot where it is, sit back into a hamstring stretch on the right side. And as I mentioned, as I exhale, I'm going to tuck my chin in towards my chest. And as I inhale, I'm going to look forward and expand the lungs, and then exhale, tuck the chin into the chest again. Okay, now into a low lunge. So we're going to raise that left knee up off of the mat, spike that heel backwards, and keep a straight line as much as possible in that left leg. Now you can push away from the mat and put your hands up on your bent knee if you like, and try to get that chest nice and tall. moving into a downward dog. So as you're doing the downward dog position, envision a triangle with your body. Open up the armpits towards the mat. Shoot those hips up towards the ceiling. And you can shift your weight on your feet a little bit if you want to get a little extra calf stretch on either side. From here, we're going to move into a Cobra. So you can go into a push-up position and then lower yourself down. And then with your hands on the mat, you can push your chest up. If you want to hold that position, either with your hands or your elbows on the mat, either one, whichever works for you. From here, I'm going to push myself back into a child's pose. So sitting the butt back onto the heels and walking those fingers out away from me. And then I'm going to walk my fingers over to the right side a little bit. And back towards the center and over to the left side of the mat. From here, going to transition over onto my back, lying down, and we're going to do a back twist. So I'm going to bring the right knee up and over to the left side. Put my left hand on my right knee to get a bit of extra stretch. And my right arm out straight, perpendicular from my body. Okay, let's switch it over to the other side. Okay, still on your back, bring those heels up towards your butt. We're going to do some hip raises. Nice, slow and controlled motion. And then really activate the glutes at the top of that hip raise. And as you come down, think about rolling your vertebrae down from the top to the bottom. So that's going to involve tilting the pelvis under as you lower it down. And then raise them up again. Okay, next stretch is the happy baby. Feels pretty ridiculous doing it, but it also feels pretty good. So you can either grab the outside of your feet or the inside of your feet and roll onto the back, get your heels, the base of your feet up towards the ceiling, push against your hands a little bit, roll around from side to side. Okay, let's do a 1 minute hold on a deep spine twist. So we're going to bring that right foot over your bent left leg. See if you can get that right foot flat on the ground. And the left arm goes around the right knee, hug it towards the chest. Try to keep your spine nice and vertical, so the top of your head towards the ceiling and your tailbone down towards the ground. And twist to your right. And as you exhale, try to go a bit deeper with the twist every exhalation. Okay, untwist yourself from that, and let's do that on the other side. So left leg goes over top of the bent right knee. See if you can get that left foot flat on the ground. Hug your left knee towards your chest with your right arm. Plant that left hand behind you, and then as you exhale, look over your left shoulder. And with every exhalation, try to breathe deeper into the stretch. A little bit about the artwork on the wall behind me. That is a photograph by an artist named Danny Singer. Danny has traveled the prairies and plains of North America for the past 15 years or so, photographing towns that really represent a time and place. They are documentary in nature, but they're also somewhat fictional because they are photo composites. It's about 100 to 120 different photographs of the same town. And he is representing it quite faithfully. But at the same time, you wouldn't be able to see the town in the same way, even if you were there. Okay, so that is the deep spine stretch. Now I'm going to do that move in yoga at the end where you lie on your back and you relax. So there's a 10-minute stretch. Thanks so much for taking the time. Hopefully that feels good. And please subscribe to the channel and tell a friend. And we'll see you next time at Top of the Hill.